joined by NC State coach Braden Holloway after their meet against UNC. The men really dominant today. Women came up just a bit short, but all in all a great meet. Coach, first of all, swimming UNC, obviously great support from the crowd, alumni base, and just talk about the environment in here.
This is the first time since I've been back that every area was filled in the pool decks in the stand. So it was great to see some older alum from the 60s, 70s. We had a lot of guys that graduated in the last 4 years. I think what's great is when you have these two schools come together, they're 25 minutes down the road, you're going to get a lot of their fans, a lot of your fans, and it just makes it electric in here. And no matter what, it's hard not to perform well when it places the way it was today. And it was great for our sport. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no question about that. Maybe my favorite moment was at the end of the girls relay at the end when you guys didn't go 1-2 and the fans they wanted it so bad, and this place would have just exploded had they gone 1-2.
Well, that was mainly for the win because we were behind, and one of our girls leading off was a little under the weather, and she tried to give it a go, and we were a little bit behind early. And I think the girl that we have, Ricky on the end, is a veteran. She loves trying to run people down. She feeds off that, and she was able to come back and beat a good UNC relay. And it was just overall by both teams a fun race. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly one of the most incredible comebacks on a relay at a dual meeting.
That was cool.
That you'll see. And the girls just a little bit short here of UNC today, but still very impressive after what UNC did last week. Obviously, coming off their big win against Virginia. Coming in here, did you think the girls had a shot at taking them down?
I thought we had a shot. We knew we matched up well. We have some girls that can win events. Their depth is where they really get us. So that's something we need to continue to address. A lot of times this time of year, it's a little bit hard to go back-to-back days in racing. We knew they had Duke the night before for a big emotional senior send-off. So, we knew maybe they might be a little off in certain areas, but I felt like we matched up well. Especially in some of the sprint events, some of the stroke events. Rachel Moom on the boards can compete very well. So I knew they were going to win some events. We should win some events. It's going to boil down to how the 3rd, 4th, 5th place goes, and that's where they got us today. They're a strong team with some great depth across the board.
And obviously, you're going to be seeing them again in a few weeks in Atlanta. I talked to Kayla after the meet, and she said the top 3 was the goal, with obviously some strong teams, Virginia and Louisville. Do you agree with that top 3 as a
I think it's a good goal for us. I think it's something that we can go after. We were 4th last year, but obviously Louisville comes in, and they're a very strong team. Virginia Tech is performing very well and moving up. Duke is obviously moving up. Georgia Tech's had a great year. Obviously, you look at the top of the board, and you look at Virginia, and you look at UNC. So the goal is to get up on that podium in the 3rd, but we're going to have some competition to do that. So we need to be ready in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, and then on the men's side, you said for the women they were going to win some events, and you guys were going to win some events. On the men's side, they won one event in swimming, and you guys just dominated them. Did you think it was going to be quite that lopsided?
No, no. But at the same time, they're coming off an emotional meet last night. A lot of times it's hard, and teams that don't swim in this pool all the time. You can probably see behind me. It gets from deep to shallow, and it's not the easiest pool to race in if you're not familiar with it. So we have a home field advantage on the walls and adjusting with depth perception. So, but I know our guys. There's not too many weak areas on our guys' team. Same way as the girls, we have some firepower in a lot of different areas, and so we knew if we could get on them and get some of those event wins, that it was a day where our depth could kind of finish it off, and at the same time, this is one of those meets where you get up for it. The guys lost last year, and it irritated them. And they lost to a good UNC team, and they were just hungry. They were very hungry today, and so it was a good team effort across the board.
Obviously, you guys are known for the sprint events, what you did last year at ACCs and all those relays. But now you got some distance power with Anton here, 8:55 and 4:19 today. First of all, how about those swims?
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah.
And he brings it every day. Having Anton come in not just gave us some immediate help in the distance events, but it elevated the entire group. That entire group of men are training at a level that's so much higher than last year. You know, and we got 2 guys in the top 4 in the mile last year conference. So, you know, it's been building, and now it kind of took off. You know, so, you know, if you look at the freestyle events, we're deep, you know, and that was the plan. That's been the plan since I got here, and now you're starting to see the work that you put in to get to that point, and now they're a lot like where the sprinters were, where they feel like they have that chip on their shoulder, like, okay, it's time to go, and we want to own this. And great group of guys, and every day they hold each other accountable. So, and Coach Gary Taylor, who works with that group, does a great job at every day setting the tone, the environment for them in each and every practice.
Yeah, and then coming back to ACCs, obviously you guys swam so well last year, so high energy, but couldn't finish the job with Virginia Tech having those diving points. And this year, it's even more challenging with Louisville. You guys are number 8 in the country. They're number 4 in the latest poll. So how are you going to try and motivate these guys, and do you think that they can do it again?
I mean, last year we were pretty good in the pool and swimming, and it was like a steamroll, you know, a snowball effect almost. We got going, and we just didn't stop, and we ran out of room. You know, Virginia Tech was very strong as well, and they swam really fast, and having those divers, you know, they had a full team, you know, coming together to cover all the points out there. So it's going to be hard, you know. I mean, we're going to be in the same boat. Diving is still a growing process for us. You know, the good news is I think Louisville is a lot like us. You know, I don't know. Diving is probably not their strongest suit either. So they're probably going to be potentially in the same boat as us, trying to work our way up after the guy divers dive a week earlier. And, you know, Virginia Tech's strong again. I mean, they are a strong team. You know, UNC is a strong team. You know, we caught them today. Well, we ended up being better today, but I know they'll be back, and they got strong diving. So hopefully we can light it up like we did last year. You know, obviously you got to do it when it counts, and our guys are. It's almost like our guys are at a point now where they don't expect anything less. So I think they'll be ready to go, and we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, Coach, I appreciate it. Great seeing you, and great meet today.
Thanks, and hats off to our family, friends, alumni. Y'all were great today. Go Pack. Thank you, UNC, for being great competitors. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.